The 2025 regular season is beginning to wrap up and the playoffs are quickly approaching, and so are the regular season awards, the main of which being the regular season MVP. The two frontrunners being the 26-year-old Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from the Oklahoma City Thunder and the 29-year-old Nikola Jokic from the Denver Nuggets. Over several months, this topic has been at a stalemate, ensuing chaos amongst fans, sparking heated debates across social media, and sending the NBA world into a spiral. In this video, we'll break down all statistical measures to determine the true MVP for the 24-25 regular season, ending all debates and controversy. Before we get started, I ask that you like and subscribe to Ball Knowledge to see all our NBA takes, recent game analysis, and more. Let's get into it. Here is a graph of the single greatest offensive seasons in NBA history. On the bottom, we have box plus minus, defined by Basketball Reference as how many points a player contributes to his team compared to the average player. And on the left, you'll see win shares per 48 minutes. This is once again defined as the estimated number of wins contributed by a player per 48 minutes, a true statistical measure for how an individual's player's performance correlates with team success. Upon the throne of the greatest offensive players in NBA history, you will see all-time MVP seasons. Stephen Curry 2015-2016 season is widely regarded as the single greatest offensive season in NBA history, at 30.1 points per game, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 2.1 steals on 50, 45, 90, whilst leading his team to the best record in NBA history and rightfully being awarded the first unanimous MVP. Next we have LeBron James 2012-2013 Miami Heat season at 27 points per game, 7 assists, 8 rebounds on 56, 40, 75 splits. LeBron finished first in MVP voting and second in DPOY, willing his team to a 66-16 record, tied for the 6th best record in NBA history, and goes on to win his 3rd NBA championship. And finally, Jordan's 1990-91 season, finishing with 32 points per game, 6 assists, 6 rebounds, with 3 steals on 54, 31, 85 splits, receiving the regular season MVP award while leading his team to the best record in the conference of 61-21, beating Magic's Lakers to win his first NBA championship. This season, a player has shocked the world with his historic scoring and efficiency, but is he truly the MVP? Leading the league in scoring at 32.5 points per game, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, and 2 steals on 52, 35, 90 splits, and the best team record in the NBA, this is no other than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, among the greatest statistical seasons ever, and leading the best team in the NBA as their best player. SGA's offensive production lands him upon the pinnacle of all-time greats, solidifying himself as this season's MVP. But there is one man standing in his way. Someone who is also having one of the best individual seasons in NBA history. Someone who is defying all offensive metrics and bending defenses to his will. You know who I'm talking about. The Serbian god Nikola Jokic. Despite SGA having an all-time historic season, Jokic is in a tier of his own. He's carrying his team to the 3rd seed in the West with the best efficiency and production by far in the league. And solely as a testament to Jokic's dominance, here are his 5 previous seasons in the NBA, on par with all-time historic greats. Let's move on to another set of criteria for the MVP race. Here's a graph that demonstrates the league leaders in offensive production and their player efficiency rating, also known as PER. PER, in simpler terms, is a player's production in a game compared to league average. The further right a player is, the higher offensive output the player has, and the further up, the more efficient a player is in terms of production. As we can see, the furthest right we have LaMelo Ball of the Charlotte Hornets, of which is arguably the craftiest and highest volume scorer in today's NBA. However, lacks the efficiency of other league leaders. On the other hand, we have Anthony Davis, not a particularly high volume scorer, but someone that generates great output on both offense and defense. We can use this graph to assess how impactful a player is to their team's success, measuring both production and how efficient they are offensively. These players are the current greats when it comes to leading a team's offense. Firstly, we have the New York duo of Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns, currently leading their team to the 4th best offense in the league. We also have a 36-year-old Kevin Durant trying to push his lackluster team to the play-ins, as well as a second-year Wembanyama dominating on both ends on the floor. Now let's apply the same analysis to our MVP contenders. Here is SGA of the Oklahoma City Thunder, and here's Jokic. Soaring above the league in production, SGA and Jokic are in a league of their own, with the Joker leading in both PER and offensive impact. As of right now, Nikola Jokic is on track to having the greatest statistical season ever. Better than prime Stephen Curry, better than Miami LeBron James, better than MVP Michael Jordan. Jokic's offensive production is something out of 2K. Averaging a 30-point triple-double with 2 steals and a block, shooting 58% from the field, 45% from 3 on 5 attempts per game, leading the league in 3-point efficiency and tying prime Stephen Curry's 3-point percentage. No player in the history of the NBA or the ABA since 1946 has ever come close to Jokic's record-shattering greatness. We are witnessing history this season. However, the fact remains, Jokic is currently second in MVP voting. This brings us to a sensitive topic in today's NBA, voter fatigue. No matter how dominant a player is, if they've already won multiple MVPs, the media and fans tend to look elsewhere. It's happened before. Michael Jordan in 1997 losing to Karl Malone was a form of voter fatigue, although that can be up for debate. Even LeBron James in 2021, who statistically outperformed Derrick Rose, came up second in MVP voting. No matter how good a player is, they are subject to voter fatigue. It happened with Jordan, it happened with LeBron, Giannis, and now most recently, Jokic. And now it's happening again. Jokic has already won 2 MVPs in the past 3 seasons, and despite leading the league in PER, offensive impact, and even tying prime Stephen Curry's 3-point percentage, he's currently second in the MVP race. It seems like his own consistency is working against him. The numbers don't lie. Both SGA and Jokic are playing at an all-time level, but one of them is battling history itself. Is voter fatigue real? And if so, should it influence MVP voting? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. That being said, I hope the message is clear. Both players are having all-time historic performances, matching up to all-time great players. But one of them in particular is doing something that has never been done in the history of the NBA. Until then, I thank you for watching Ball Knowledge. Please like and subscribe if you wish to see more of this sort of content, and give your feedback down below. That's all from us. Peace.